You're watching the Hi Guys podcast with Al and the other Al on the 420 Pace Project.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
Hi, guys.
Hi, yes, we're
going to say
here. What?
I'm going to say hi again. I'll explain that when you're done.
Oh, I was just going to say we are here. We're not queer, but we're really high.
The reason I said hi again is because I forgot to remove us from the room when I hit the live button.
Oh. Well, okay. Whatever.
Oops, I better hit that go button.
You'd think you'd know what you were doing after how many years? Oh.
Yeah, I know. Well, normally I've been using the intro automatic.
I thought it was set up, and I'm mistaken.
Yeah, it wasn't. So I just hit the button afterwards. I went, oh shit,
so,
better hit her now.
Let me just hear. There, that's what we're missing.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go here and there. Now it will go.
Now it will go, yes.
Yeah.
But so I got a question for you. And for everybody else who tunes in.
All right.
What are you smoking?
I have to change that. I got it. Did you see what I did, Al? Before I answer, I put our avatar. I stole your avatar that you made. I'm smoking some Mac 1 at the moment.
Mac 1?
Yeah.
Today I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different vape cartridges to consume during the broadcast.
Okay, now how can you actually test 6 different fucking cartridges in a 90-minute show, Al?
Who said anything about testing? That's in the review stage.
Okay.
I got something completely different for that.
Oh, all right. I've got a few things loaded here in my Facebooky stuff.
Oh, yes.
And one of them is from our friend Steve Bloom at Celeb Stoner. That we're going to talk about 10 cannabis dispensary brands that are owned by celebrities.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. I imagine there'll be some that will be maybe finding out the first time.
Yes, I'm sure there are some that we know. I'm sure most of them we know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found that interesting, and I've got a show that I want to show a trailer of that I watched from Prime as well. I will do that later. It's called,
we'll do that during the entertainment and section there. But
that's called On Call, which is a new cop show that they've got on Prime.
All right.
Different. So.
And for myself, for today, I've got some recipes. They call them the 10 best cannabis recipes.
I think
so. We'll find out when we go through them. And I've got some news. Being this is the first show of the year that we've been back live, I've got some top 2024 international cannabis stories, as well as I got.
We really didn't do a lot of year-end stuff.
No. And I've got some year-end, when it comes to sports, year-end sports cannabis-related news as well. Cool. So we'll get into that as the show progresses throughout to the morning.
And what are you drinking?
What am I drinking today? I am drinking something.
One of your little concoctions?
No, nobody else can have that unless they live here, because they have to be on my well in order to get the well water I got in my mug.
Oh, you got nice spring water?
What's that?
You got nice spring water?
Yeah, well water or whatever, yeah. Yeah, see, when I lived in town, you sort of had the taste of the river. A little bit of an algae taste sometimes. It used to be really bad when we first moved to Camelford, and then over the years it got better and better and better. But people from out of town say they could still smell the water.
I could smell the water when I was in Hastings because I lived up there for a little while, as you know.
Yeah.
And
Same water source.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing, but it wasn't. Oh, that's very small. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Welcome to my world. I'm doing things while we're doing this.
You're talking about the little screen up there, little logo.
There we go. I was trying to put our. It's the wrong logo.
It's still not the right one. There's only two of us, man. We could call our audience.
Anyways,
audience the third one.
I never tried the water at the farm because all I had was a well or like a pond, and although several people said you would have been fine using the water for my plants.
Good morning, Kent.
I
got a message there.
I can't. I didn't ever use it. I got bottled water, as you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I hated it until we got the bins. Al took me to get some water jugs, big. What do you get? 1,000
liter tote. We had got you a black one in order to help you create some warm water.
Yeah, and it was really, really cool because I had it up on the top of the hill, as you know, by the gate. And by 11 o'clock, the water was not boiling hot, but nice and warm enough to have a shower.
Well, that was the thing, right? And if you needed water to be cold, you could always put it in the fridge, right?
Well, I bought bottled water still because I was told not to drink out of those jugs because I didn't know what was in it. So all I did was water the plants, the dog, and showered and did stuff. Right? Yeah,
not for consumables. Exactly.
No, we didn't drink it. We didn't drink it, but and the water here in Terrace Bay feeds right from Lake Superior, which, as we've discussed many times, is the coldest of all our Great Lakes here in North America. Yeah. And the water is always cold right out of the fucking tap. It's like ice cold right out of the tap, dude.
Even after making its way through the ground and all the processing.
It's minus 30, dude.
Yeah. It's
a
little chilly up there, eh?
It is a little chilly, and it's been windy, and I lost another panel on the greenhouse.
Oh, so
on the other side now.
Is this ice fog that I'm seeing in the screen? Is this from the coldness?
You know what? I'm trying to light a joint, but what I've done is I have my buddy Dean got me this little stand, and incense goes on top of it.
Yes.
And the incense has a hole in it. And it draws down, not up. So it creates. But what I've discovered is
draws so that the smoke from the incense comes down.
It comes down, it goes through a little
into
hole.
The air.
Yeah, it goes through a hole, and then it goes out into the air. And what I've discovered is that if I put it directly under the camera, I get a really neat effect.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it with my doobie.
So, what draws it down?
It's just naturally, you light it at the top, and as it burns down, it draws through the hole in the center of the incense.
Yeah.
And comes down the little holder and spreads. It's just it's like a cool little, but Dean made sure that he got me a mushroom in a hand. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
He gets me mushroom stuff, incense, and gnomes. He likes to find gnomes that look like me.
Yeah.
I have a few.
You do, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Shall we get on to your 5 high list? High five, or however you pronounce it.
It's what
it's called the list.
the list I have today is 7 reasons to eat nuts.
Oh,
To
really?
eat these nuts. And I'm going to try and pull it up as big as I can. But
Okay, well, hang on. I got to run this.
It's certainly high on the list.
All right. We're
I'm
gonna talk
certainly
nuts.
high on the list.
Yeah, I can't eat nuts.
I know. I'm tapering off nuts because I am seeing that.
Problem.
Yeah. Do we want to do 7 nuts, or do we want to do 10 cannabis dispensaries?
Oh, cannabis dispensaries. Why not? It's cannabis.
All right.
They were
So
cannabis nuts. You know?
Well, I don't know. Are there cannabis nuts? Is cannabis nuts? Cannabis makes me nuts.
Yeah,
So
you know, flavor, roasted, you know, whatever, cannabis related. But go ahead.
this is our 10 cannabis dispensary brands owned by celebrities.
Yes, yeah, we talked about that 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
Yes.
So number 1 is Burner. I don't know who Burner is.
Either do I. Burner.
Be Real, of course, we know who Be Real is
Be Real,
from
yeah.
Cypress Hill. And he has several dispensary locations in California, as you can see.
Now, when we talked about this earlier on, it was we said, well, we'll probably know everybody on there. And the very first one, neither one of us knew.
Yep. And let's see who. I didn't even look to see who he was. He's an entrepreneur, a rapper, and an entrepreneur. He has 75 in 15 states.
Plus Canada, Israel, Puerto Rico, and Thailand.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of stores.
So it's Lemonade's sister brand is what it is.
Huh.
Oh, now is that? Yeah.
Well, he owns cookies. Well, what it says there, he owns cookies and lemonade.
Yeah, I don't know that store. Do you?
And cookies is in Canada.
So you've seen.
Yeah, I was talking to Tamara. Had some.
So down to Be Real
Real
again, and Dr. Green Thumbs is his dispensary locations.
Yeah, he's got 8 stores.
Looks like 8. Yep.
Yeah, 8. All of them are in the U.S. Looks like most of them. All
of them are in California, except for one in Detroit.
Yeah.
All right, Cheech and Chong, of course, we know them.
Yeah.
6 stores now. Geez.
6 stores. All
Yeah,
in the
and
US.
that's Cheech and Chong's dispensaries. I'm surprised, being that Tommy is Canadian, that they haven't opened anything here. But
yeah. Who knows? See what happens. It's probably in the works.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson,
and his partners are Bill Maher and John McEnroe in the Woods.
Oh, okay, yeah. They've only got 1 store.
They only have 1 store.
I want to make Hollywood Citizens a little bit higher. Not your ordinary flower shop.
But
he would
Bill Maher and John McEnroe.
Scroll back up. Okay, so this is his store right here. This is Woody Harrelson's The Woods.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I was thinking that it was the picture below, but this is his store here. Okay.
No, it seems to be the picture above.
Correct.
So it would be this one. Yes. There's the article right there.
Yeah. Okay.
So like I said, I'm surprised with the partnership there.
Yeah. Wonder why,
Bill Maher, yes, I know, we all know Bill smokes. He talks about it all the time. But John McEnroe, I didn't realize was a cannabis.
Either did I. I didn't either, but
it makes sense.
It does.
That's probably why he's not as angry as he used to be. Al Harrington. I don't know who Al Harrington
back
is.
Down. Okay, hang on. All right, I just want to put the picture in with the wording. That's all.
Oh, okay. All right.
There you go.
So he's a
So he's a former NBA player with the Nuggets. Well, Nuggets.
the
It all
Nuggets
works together, right?
and Kicks
Yeah.
or
Uh,
Knicks.
next. The Village. They got 4 stores.
Yep.
It's in 3 different states.
Yeah. And let's
Okay.
see. Paper and Leaf. Brandon Hill. I don't know who that is.
Blues Travelers drummer. The name almost sounds familiar to me, to tell you the truth.
Is
And
that
the
who
Blues
that is?
Travelers does. I know that. That's not a problem. Co-owner Steve Kessler.
I know Blues Travelers consumes. I follow John Popper. He's one of my favorite voices.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I've
He
seen
says
him
that
live.
he says I started Paper and Leaf from scratch with Steve Kessler. It's all about working together to break the stigma. So there you go.
And there
Paper
is-
and Leaf. That's a joint, right?
Makes sense to me. What do we got here? Marley's Naturals. Yes, of course.
Yeah. Bob Marley
Although,
family.
you know what? I thought they had many more stores than that.
Just the one, eh?
The one in Kingston, Jamaica. They don't have any stores in the U.S.
Yeah.
But you can get their brands in the U.S.
Yeah.
I believe, and we covered this many years ago, they bought a prison in California and turned it into a full-out grow, where that's where they grow the Marley brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Huh.
That's kind of interesting. What else we got here? Reckon the Chef. I don't know who that is.
No. Wong Tang Clan member.
Oh, Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang. Okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
Wu-Tang Clan. Okay, so he's a rapper.
Yeah. Hash Astoria. So that must the store's name is Hash Astoria. So something tells me it's probably leaning that way.
I would think so. What else we got here? Swede. This is well,
Snoop Dogg.
the Snoop Dogg. I don't know who that is.
Either do I. It says he's a rapper.
That's what he says. Yeah.
Only 2 stores.
Again, but you
Yeah,
can
well,
get
see, one of
his-
them is in the Netherlands.
you can get his products worldwide,
Yeah, well,
even here in Canada.
is it? It
Yeah.
lists the Netherlands as one of the locations, and he was also at one time he was in a battle over copyright infringement because he had a brand called Leafs. Yeah, and the logo had a leaf on it. You know, it sort of looked a lot like the hockey end of things.
Okay, so what? The Maple Leafs went after him?
Yeah, there was copyright infringement.
The Toronto
There was
Maple Leafs
battle
went
going
after
on.
him.
Yeah, I don't know what the final outcome obviously was, but
Yeah, I don't.
you don't hear of it anymore. So,
Exhibit, yes, of course.
L.A. rapper associated with Dr. Dre and Snoop.
Oh yeah, he's a big name, and that's it. That's number 10.
There
So
you
we
go.
knew most of them.
Yeah. Knew I've heard of them. Something along that line, right?
Yeah, man. It's a different world.
Sure
It's-
is.
world.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to throw some nuts in the mix?
Sure. While we're at her.
All right. Here, let me pull some nuts out. I'm gonna pull my nuts out. Hold on, people. I'm working on it. Having a hard time finding my nuts.
Just share them, will you?
I'm sharing my nuts.
Here it comes. There you go.
So this is a list of 7 reasons to eat these different nuts. And
All right.
can you even read that, Al? I can't even
Hang
see
on.
it.
I just blew it up. Walnuts.
Okay.
Yes, walnuts are a good source of ALA and omega-3 fatty acids that support bone health by boosting density and reducing inflammation.
I
Taking
enjoy walnuts. I that's one of my nuts that I like.
Yeah, I like them too.
But you can't eat them.
I can't eat any nuts now. I eat peanut butter, but it's not crunchy peanut butter. You know,
And I don't like peanut butter, but I like peanuts.
So you get almonds as
I
well
love
as
almonds.
Brazil nuts. Brazil
Brazil
nuts are rich in selenium. That's an antioxidant. So that's
Yes,
good.
and you can also get Brazil nut oil. You can get pretty much any nut oil.
Yeah. No, I think I'm hearing my dog at the door.
Mine hasn't been out yet.
Isn't she? Yeah, I'm hearing mine scratch. So keep talking about the nuts on the list. I'll be right back.
Al, I can't even read the nut list.
Oh, can you? Oh, okay. All right. I'll continue.
Okay, no, I got it. I can't read the words, but I will try. We got pecans, rich in something long, fats, and antioxidants. Such as vitamin E, which helps lower bad cholesterol. And then we got some cashews.
Cashews. They contain unsaturated fats, especially some type of acid. Oleic acid.
I don't
They're
mind.
good for fiber, plant-based protein, which contribute to a healthy heart and overall nutrition.
Yes, cashews are one that you will usually find in a mix.
Yeah. And the infamous peanuts,
which are a lot of people are highly allergic to.
Yes. Well, it says though legumes provide healthy fats, protein, and fiber, supporting heart health, weight management, and muscle repair.
Muscle repair is good.
Yeah. And then there's macadamia nuts. They're high in monosaturated fats, supporting heart health, reducing inflammation. Hey.
And it's not hazelnuts and macadamia nuts. I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah. Aiding weight management, helping control blood sugar with low glycemic index.
Yeah,
so they would be good for people with diabetes, wouldn't
they? Yeah, I've heard it's a good nut for people with diabetes. Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your list of nuts.
That was nuts, man.
Yeah, that was crazy nuts. All right. So remove that. There you go. You're gone. I took it off.
That's what I was
working on. That was nutty. But nuts are obviously very good for people. It's just, it's people like myself that are dealing with digestive issues. They're hard on the system in order to break down. And
I'm having a hard time with vegetables, with frozen vegetables, like corn and peas and things like that.
Right.
Yeah. It sucks. My list of not edibles are getting longer, like yours.
Yeah. Well, you find out ways of cooking the same thing in different ways. Sort of like chicken, like I can only eat chicken, turkey, and fish when it comes to meats, like normally. Now I've added some pork though.
You can't eat beef?
No, I won't eat beef. Not now. No, that almost hospitalized me the last time I ate it.
But you can eat chicken and fish.
Oh yeah.
So it's red meat that is.
It's the red meat, and pork's not the same as beef as far as trying to break it down in your system.
Yeah, but it's got uric acid a lot. Like it's really high in uric acid, and it can cause gout and things like that.
Yeah,
chicken, right? Wait.
Yeah, that wasn't what was bothering me. It was just the beef's is hard for your system to break it down in order to process it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and pork's not.
No steak for you.
No, I won't eat steak. No, thank you.
Oh yeah, I love steak. Yep.
All right, talking about steak and stuff. You know what time it is? It's that time. But I don't think I got a steak recipe. That's all. But I do have some recipes. Here we go.
I had a steak last night that was pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm just going through the list. I'm not gonna actually. This works out pretty good because each recipe has a video.
So let's go. Let's sit back and smoke a joint and learn how to cook stuff.
Here's special brownies. How to make weed brownies.
Are we allowed to say weed still?
Yeah, people do. Yeah. No bake can of cookies. So cookies that you don't even need to bake, Al.
Oh.
But do you get baked eating them?
That's the question. We'll have to try them and find out. Let's
We'll
play
have to
that
try
video
'em.
and see.
Yeah.
Let's play that one.
Tea. How to make cannabis tea.
Yeah.
Cannabis butter. Everybody needs to know how to make cannabis butter. Right? Okay. What's next after the butter? We go into space cakes.
Ooh, yum. Basically brownies.
Brownies. Yeah. It looks like it's got nuts.
I like nuts. We just discovered this earlier.
Okay. Ice cream.
You scream, we all scream
Ice
for ice
cream.
cream.
Yeah. It's a 3-minute video. How to make cannabis ice cream. Wonder if it tastes like chlorophyll.
Now you see, I've made ice cream,
have you?
but not cannabis ice cream. I have an ice cream maker,
Okay.
and I made an orange sherbet that I'm going to eventually do medicated.
Mhm.
And it was just C plus, orange C plus, right?
Yeah.
Or is it C plus? Yeah, I guess C plus. And of course your milk stuff and
Mhm.
some sugar, or not even some sugar. No, I think that was it. Just the milk stuff. The what do you call it? Sweetened evaporated stuff.
Yeah. It's not the cream.
No, it's the other stuff.
No. Yeah.
The
It's
other
the other
can.
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
The other
That's
can.
the
It
stuff.
looks the same. I know because I bought the wrong can the first time.
Did you?
Yes, I did. It wasn't very good.
Okay, I just took a quick look at the recipe and it doesn't tell me. Cannabis peanut butter cookies.
Nope, just you can skip right that.
Magic pancakes. Yes, I've made magic pancakes lots of times.
I've put cannabis butter on my French toast and pancakes, but I've not infused a pancake.
Yeah, I've infused them, and then waffles too, man.
Waffles, I've had them, but I've not done them.
Oh, it's the same mixture, just a different machine cooking them.
Kelly uses Bisquick.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've made them.
Yeah.
So, grandson's coming down for a visit. I heard the printer going. You got a 5-minute chocolate mug cake.
I have a mug cake in a mug that I got for Christmas, and it comes with the mix, the mug, and Smarties to go in it. I have not done it, but I ate the Smarties already, though.
Did you? Did you get everything, buddy?
Yeah, I got it.
All righty. Have fun. Looks like he's going to be doing some coloring.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, homesick from school. So, all righty. And number 10. Look at these weed Oreos, man.
Oh, yes. I've had a frozen version of this with ice cream.
Have you?
Yes.
They say mixed Jello, Oreo cookies, and cream with 500 milliliters of milk in a bowl.
How long is the video?
Oh, it says 1 minute.
Let's watch it. There you go.
Isn't that easy to mix? Melted? There you go. What'd you
I'm-
think of that?
I'm in awe.
So am I.
I tell you, like I'm not much of a dessert cooker. I like
Yeah.
to make meat and stir fries and meatloafs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I've seen enough videos and enough people doing like baked goods that it's not that hard, but you need to be good at baking.
Yeah.
Right? If you're not a baker, it's very tedious. But if you're a baker, you got
Yeah.
this.
Well, my son, he went to school to be a baker. Worked in a bakery for like
Oh,
10
really?
years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
So does he
And,
do your baked goods?
well, he's like 4 hours away from me, so no.
Mhm.
But yeah, he loves to cook. Loves
Huh.
to cook. Yeah, yeah. So okay, I am putting these recipes. The link is going into our chat, and
Oh, yes, I forgot to put the link for the article that I had as well, but it's on my wall from
yeah,
the
there
other
you go.
day.
Today's recipes, including the cannabis Oreo cookie.
My cannabis Oreo cookie.
Yeah. That was good. I like that. So we'll have to try that.
You know.
I thought that like when they took the top and bottom off and they removed the icing, first thought that come to my mind is whoever's doing that is gonna really love that job because everybody loves looking. It's what you normally do, right? You separate them and you eat the icing first. And so that's what I thought they had done. But but in the video, they throw it right in the mix. It probably helps stiffen things up too.
Well, my was is that going to be really runny, or is it going
Well,
to set?
yeah, and yeah. I had that same concern. That's why I'm thinking that they added the filling back into the mix in order to thicken it up. That's what I was thinking, anyways. So, all righty, all right. Anything else on the recipes?
No, I'm hungry now.
You're hungry now. Sorry.
It's okay. You do this to me every week.
Every week. I
yeah.
know.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. Well, let's just run a quick video, and then we return with a product review.
Okie dokie.
All right. We'll be back in like 23 seconds, okay?
I'm-
Are you looking for non-stop, continuous cannabis and psychedelic programming? If you are, then turn your browsers to 420radio.ca or paceradio.net, where you will find the 420 Pace Re-Rolled Saturday. Everything gets started at 8 a.m. Eastern Saturday morning. All righty. It's time. All righty.
I didn't hear my high list thing. Did we do that?
Your high list? Yeah, you did. We did the nuts and the dispensaries. I just got a message. I got a delivery coming in like 10 minutes.
Your
Just give me a
meds?
second. Yeah, I gotta respond.
Dead air. Dead air.
Yeah, no, you gotta keep talking while I respond to this guy.
How can I smoke a joint at the same time? It'd be like,
Okay,
what happened?
Yeah. I got to
You gonna tell us what the meds are?
yeah. The review is what I did is I took some of my cherry dragon cannabis that I've already done a review on, and I took that and took it over to my friend's place, Mr. Squishy 705. He said hi to us earlier.
Yes.
And had him squish it some. And it's hard to see probably because it's a dark container, right? So everything just looks dark.
So you got some cannabis, a strain.
Yep, Cherry Dragon.
And then went over and had them squish. Now, how much did you put in, and how much did you get out?
I didn't weigh what I got out of it.
Al,
I know.
we've spoken about this, Al.
It's not the first time. I know. But I got lots. And so what I did before the show, I
loaded your Shatterizer.
I loaded my Shatterizer.
And are you liking?
Yeah, I am liking. And very effective. And it's all natural, it's organic. I grew it myself. I know what I put into the soil.
How much did you put in though?
In here?
No, how much weed did you squish?
An ounce.
Okay. I have not squished in a while.
Might have been more. Yeah, I think it was.
I've kind of
it tastes good.
I've been using a lot of hash.
Have you?
It's been helping me sleep, so I haven't been squishing. But I broke my the stock there in my dewdrop.
Yeah.
And Dave is nice enough to be sending me one, but mail is crazy now.
Yeah.
I'm not able to use it until I get a new one. I didn't want to I thought about super gluing it back together, and then I was like, I'm gonna be vaping fucking super glue. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So I've just been doing snakes, but I like that with the Shatterizer. Speaking of Shatterizers,
yeah,
I like the fact that you can use oil, because there's an oil pod. You can use concentrates. That's what it's made for. You can burn weed in it, but don't tell Matt and Val that I said that.
What? Said what? Okay. I won't say anything.
But what I like about it is, sure, you can go to the legal store, to the indigenous store, to your buddy down the road. Hell, you can probably get a CBD pen at the corner store now. But it's usually an isolate or a distillate that they have in those pens.
Yes.
Some of the stuff that they use as filler is not supposed to be inhaled, and I just can't do it. They're reasonably priced. You can get some really good pens with some nice, but I don't do well with just an isolate or a distillate.
Yeah, the last one that I've bought, I asked for live rosin.
And you got that, yeah?
Yeah, and I got it because of the others that I was buying. They would say added flavor agents.
Yes, yes.
What is it? What is a flavor agent?
Well, it's if you were to ask them seriously, they'd probably say we add terpenes, buddy. But with the Shatterizer, you don't.
Why not just add botanical terpenes? I've seen that written on some. Yeah, which is fine. It's
you don't get the additives with something like a Shatterizer.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like I made this all. Right.
And they're
Everything.
available at the OCS and many,
Yep.
many fine dispensaries throughout Canada and the world. You can get a Shatterizer anywhere in the world now, as well as their Shatterizer extract brands.
Right.
They've
Yes.
got their
Yes.
extracts as well.
Extracts. Exactly. Yeah. I have had some of that.
I've had some too because I'm their chief tester.
Oh. To what new products? No, I know you can't tell us.
No.
But, yeah, no, this unfortunately Cherry Dragon rosin is not available in stores. You're gonna have to grow some and squish it. So, and just with heat, that's the nice thing. Technically it's one of the only legal ways of doing it. Because anything explosive.
Yep. It's that butter oils, but not, what do you call them? Plant oils.
Yeah.
What else? Olive oil.
Yeah, I make coconut oil and all that stuff.
You got your vegetable glycerin as well that you can use.
Yeah, I've done that in the past. I haven't made that in years.
That's what I prefer, the vegetable glycerin method, because most people don't, because it's very sweet. But being diabetic, it sweetens my beverage, my tea, right?
So you can consume it. It doesn't bother your diabetes then.
No, it'll spike it a little bit.
Oh, well.
Right, just like a sugar additive, like a substitute, right? They actually spike your AC1 as well.
When I was making the vegetable glycerin, I gifted some to a lady who was dealing with throat cancer, who was in her 90s. Yes, and they were quite impressed with with using it.
I had a big jug that I got through Ross, actually.
Yeah,
and I was making, because I got my magical butter machine, and I was just it was going nuts making fucking tinctures, but I was using it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't giving it away even, really. I was, I put a couple of drops in my tea and in my craft dinner or whatever I was making when I needed it. Right now, I've got a cannabis and virgin olive oil mix, which is different.
That's what I've got going on right now.
Well, it's good for cooking, right? As long as you're not cooking too high. What I do is sometimes I'll make what I make, and then I'll put some in after it's made, so that I'm not burning it off while I'm cooking it, right?
Right. Yeah, because it's no use putting it in and then cooking it off, right?
That's what she said.
Yeah. But there we go. Okay, I haven't shared today's show.
I did.
Did you?
I tagged you in and everything.
Did you?
I did.
Well, I'll have to do that, but I'll do that at some point. Okay, so product reviews. You got anything you want to review, or is that it?
I don't remember, Al. Sorry. Not products.
Whatever you smoked. Because if you can't remember,
like I said, you know what? I went from basically maybe 27th until the 7th, and it was 10 days that I waited for my meds with none. And so then I got my meds, and I've been like mixing, and I've got some nice strains, and I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's helping because of my knee, right? Big time.
Yeah.
So I'm highly over medicated at the moment, and I forget things.
Well, you've got something that needs to work on. You got that sore knee that's bothering you.
Yeah.
Which is an ongoing thing, from my understanding, right?
Yeah, it's been going on for a while, this leg. right? This
It
is one
just
of the
doesn't wanna
things,
go
one of
away.
the reasons why I fell in the forest and a few other places.
Yeah.
I'm falling in my mom's footsteps.
Literally falling.
And using her walker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
walker
that's right.
The walker
Yeah.
has helped because the first 3 days I couldn't
Mhm.
move. I just kind of sat on the couch.
Yeah.
And then I had to limp, like literally. I was using I have a camping chair that I unfolded, and I was using it as a walker to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
Didn't
Oh.
shower. I couldn't shower for 3 days. I couldn't get in and out of the shower. Yeah, so happy to say that's not the case at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, a walk-in shower would come in handy if you're in that type of situation.
Fortunately, I have a low
Tub.
tub lid. I call it it's a 1960s, 1970s shower pod. It's a complete,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes. Yeah.
my shower pod.
Yeah.
But luckily, I have a seat in there, so I've been all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Just
just
change
frustrating
the
because
cartridge.
well, yesterday, as I told you earlier, I got up and walked into the kitchen and got halfway there, and I went, oh.
Yeah.
Because I didn't take the walker with me, so I'm having to walk with the walker to keep the weight off of it. I'm not supposed to be walking on it at all.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, here we are. Now an hour into the show, 45 minutes, and I made it. So at least now you're looking at me.
Yes, I hate looking at the wall.
We might walk into it. So, all right.
I'm actually, the funny part, I'm actually sitting in a closet.
Oh, are you?
My desk is actually in the closet. I'm not in the closet, but my desk and computers are all actually in the closet, right? And
yeah, I've seen that before. It gets the desk out of the room, gives you more room.
Yeah,
like
but
you're
it's
not using it as
claustrophobic.
it's not a bedroom where you're hanging things in it.
No, it's my laundry room.
No,
You'll be going into your laundry room soon.
Yeah. I'm I don't know what you call this room. It's the front entrance. An exercise room. We got a treadmill.
Oh, it's a bigger room, is it? I thought it was just like a hallway.
Well, it is. It is, yeah. Yeah.
My
bathroom. Our front entrance is there, and our stairs to upstairs is right there.
When you come in my side door,
it's a reverse location.
The bathroom's right there. The bathroom is actually in the hallway. There's 2 doors that you can close it for some privacy, but when the doors are open, the bathroom is actually the hallway going into this part of the house.
Yeah. Oh.
It's weird.
Weird.
Yeah,
weird.
They maximize the space in these old houses. But anyways.
Yeah. All right. I think is it time for us to get into some news?
Sure.
All right. We've got some news. Now, the headline on this story here that I've got in front of me says that it's a 2024 saw major international cannabis news in Germany, Ukraine, Australia, Poland, and other countries. So I figured, why not? Why just cover Canada? Let's cover, the world, right?
It's the number one subject on everybody's mind except for Donald Trump.
Yeah. Okay, so it's down here. Germany, they began to legalize cannabis for adults. The next one. Now, marijuana moment, it tends to be jumpy. Okay, so bear with me here. I just finally got back to where I was. UN officials continue to criticize drug war, calling for focus on reducing harm. No, it says drug war. It doesn't say cannabis.
It's 2025, for God's sakes. Get a fucking
Correct.
grip.
Yeah. Medical cannabis is coming to the Ukraine this year.
That's interesting. During a war.
Correct. And it's because of severe illness and PTSD.
And maybe it'll
war.
chill people out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Need some of that in Russia. UN officials could. Oh, okay. I jumped. Okay. Cool. Full legalization falls short in Australia.
Oh, that's too
the
bad.
Senate voted 24-13 to block the legalization legislation.
That is so sad for Australia.
It is. It is. It is. Okay. Switzerland pilot projects, and this is for cannabis legalization. They launched the regulated. They launched the regulated sales. What's that?
I thought Switzerland would have been legalized years ago.
Yeah, no, not by the looks of it. Yeah, limited number of participants. Okay, what else? Oh, that's it. That was the world end of things. Now, here in Canada, I'm going to say one of the stories that maybe not everybody heard of, and a lot of people look at it as you live in Canada, cannabis is legal here, everybody can grow here. No, but it's not like that, not whatsoever, because in Manitoba, the whole grown cannabis bill could come into effect in April. So all this time for the last 6 years, people now in Manitoba haven't been able to grow their own cannabis.
Well,
same
Quebec as well, right?
Yeah,
but they're the only two.
Quebec went all. Yeah, they're the only two states. It's two provinces. Quebec went all the way.
We're not in the U.S. yet, Al. Come on.
Yeah, I know. They're the only province that have gone right to the Supreme Court of Canada and actually won in order to stop their residents from consuming cannabis.
In
Manitoba never got to the Supreme Court because there was a change of government, but still, it's taking a while. And when I read this story, okay, I'm going to zing right through it here. It says that 19 years of age and older can cultivate up to 4 plants in their ordinary residence. However, a person will not be allowed to cultivate cannabis plants in different residences at the same time. So if you own 4 houses, you can't grow 4 plants in 4 houses, right?
Like you can do here. I had the option of having my license in my apartment or at the farm.
Yeah, you couldn't grow in both places.
But
that's what that's saying.
You can have it at both places, but you can't grow at the same time at both places.
Correct. Yes. Now, all cannabis plants will be required to come from seeds or plant material that does not elicit cannabis. And all plants must be cultivated indoors in a room or a container that is securely locked.
No outside growing.
No outdoor growing.
Wow.
No,
that doesn't seem fair to me.
I didn't like that either. I know BC's got a law where it can't be visible to the public.
They tried to do things like that here in Ontario. They added things like you can't be near, you have to be X amount of feet from a park or a children's playground, which they've had to remove from the medical part of things because you can't really, do that.
Yeah. I lived right beside a daycare. It wasn't a public daycare. It was just a home daycare at one time.
But as far as the legalities go within the regulations, that's not allowed.
Yeah. Now it says here the proposed regulations state that a person who is cultivating cannabis in their residence may possess cannabis that they have cultivated that is not packaged, labeled, or stamped. while that cannabis is in their residence. However, okay, so because it says while that cannabis is in the residence, what happens? What about outside the residence? Are they allowed to take cannabis outside the residence? And people were really questioning that. Now, according to the LGCA, they're saying the regulations is not stating that an individual cannot bring cannabis that they've grown legally in their home out of their home. So they still can, but the wording just says, while in their residence.
Are you allowed to consume in Manitoba in public?
I doubt it.
Like you can here?
Yeah.
In Ontario, pretty much anywhere that you can have a tobacco cigarette, you can use cannabis.
Correct. Yeah, I don't know what the smoking laws are, and
that is actually part of the law, isn't it? Is that not correct, Al?
Ontario? It is in our province.
Well, yeah, because we've got the Smoke-Free Ontario Act.
Right, correct.
But they're trying to abolish the tobacco, not really the cannabis part of it. But it falls within the Smoke-Free Ontario Act, and this is one of the reasons why Ontario has no legal consumption lands.
Yeah.
Although there are many popping up on technicalities.
Yeah. Now, Kirk Tusaw, he was interviewed for this.
Yep.
Because he worked with Toba Grown, and he says, "We are pleased that Manitobans will finally be able to grow their 4 plants, like almost all other Canadians have been permitted to do since 2018. That said, it is disappointing that Manitoba will continue to prohibit outdoor cannabis cultivation on the misguided belief that doing so will protect young people. Cannabis has been grown outdoors throughout Canada legally for decades when you consider medical cannabis cultivation, and there are virtually 0 incidents in which young people have access to it. This is just continued fear-mongering that has no place in modern Canadian society." Hear, hear, Kurt. Exactly.
Apparently, he's back at working, eh?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. It's gonna be. Well, I saw John Conroy post that after the next federal election, he wish he was a lot younger because it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah. I know Jack is busy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. Okay, I can close that off. Okay. You got any other cannabis news that you want to add into there?
No.
No. Okay. All right. That means that it is time for Oh, I deleted out my story. Oh no. I closed. Oh, because I had it there. It had the top stories for sports for in cannabis related stuff. Oh,
hey, what happened?
Yeah, Al hit the delete button on the wrong tab. That's what happened.
Not this, Al. My hands are right here.
Yeah,
it wasn't me.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? The thing is, it wasn't a story that was like right up at the very top of my.
So now you can't find it.
Well, I'm quickly, as we're sitting here, I am quickly scrolling through all the news that I've posted on the news Facebook page to see if I can locate that story again.
Not in your history, your browser history?
Oh no, I don't normally go there or anything like that. I don't normally use it. Oh, wow. That's a bummer.
Next time.
Well, maybe next time. I do have some sports news though.
Okay.
I just don't. My kitty is home. I just don't have that sports news story.
You can't just walk in.
Yeah, the cat just walked in. You're correct. I don't know if you heard the door squeaking there or not.
Oh, you've got a pet door?
No, No, I just got someone open the door for him.
Oh,
That's all. But yeah, well, that's a bummer. And, I'm almost there. I can feel it. That it's the story is probably like there's that first one. It's gotta be. There. No, that's not it. 5 reasons to grow your own cannabis. I thought that was it. Oh wow. Yeah, I don't. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right there. Now I see why I closed it. It was another marijuana moment story. I just figured it was the right tab. So here we go. I got them. I just gotta. Let's just share it. Right.
get over
What are you
with it
rolling?
already. Huh?
It looks like you're rolling something.
No, I'm lighting an incense.
Your head's down.
I was lighting an incense.
Okay. Well, here you go. I found it. I'll bring it up.
Now you'll see the effect in a second.
Oh, this is the one that blows the smoke up over the beer? Yeah, okay. All right. How come there it is? Okay. There we go. This is still loading because marijuana. Here we go. The sports league's top steps to update their cannabis policies as the legalization movement grew in 2024. When is that? Oh, okay. That's not the right tab. There we go. Too many tabs on the go, Al. The National Football League, they appears to have further reduced the penalties for players who test positive for THC. Okay. The National Football League agrees, as I just mentioned, to lower the THC. Let's repeat that. You see, they went from. This will increase from.
They've removed it from the banned
THC limit.
substance
Okay.
list.
Positive drug test. Yeah. A positive drug test goes from 150 nanograms to 350. So they have to be over 350 before they tested positive. Some fine reduction by the looks of it there. Nevada officials protect athletes from facing penalties of state legal marijuana activities. So that was good. Let's see what else. As Olympics run away, U.S. athletes groups criticizes international marijuana policies. Let's see what else is going on there. Ultimate Fighting Championship warns fighters about penalties for testing positive for cannabis in California, despite legal or league-wide rule change.
That doesn't make sense because they've been very open. I mean, Joe Rogan's been pushing that for the UFC.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Dana, what's his face? I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, UFC.
National Basketball Association and Women's National Basketball Association partner with CBD companies. NFL partners with Canadian researchers on CBD study. Wonder who they were with. I don't see a name there. NFL and the Denver Broncos face lawsuit from player who incurred penalties over use of prescribed synthetic cannabis medicine. So he's basically taking a prescription
Nabalone or something, yeah,
pill or whatever, the same as any other pill, and he gets hassled over that. Wow.
Well, I mean, from what I understand, when I was on the Nabalone or Sesamet, as they called it, I still I would still have THC in my blood.
Yeah, for sure, exactly.
Right. You're very jumpy today, Alex.
If they're taking a THC pill, it's obviously it came to them as a prescription. But people don't make Nabalone at home.
No, you're very jumpy today. Somebody's using your satellite.
No, you think so? Yeah, it could be those marijuana moment things going.
It could, yeah. It could be pot. You got pot in your keyboard.
Okay. No pot in my keyboard, man. I don't see any. All right. On sports end of things still, I've got some scores here. NHL scores. Philly over Florida 4-3. Calgary over Chicago 5-2.
These are the hockey.
Hockey, NHL
Yeah.
hockey. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got here.
Lenny
more
usually sits and watches the OHL games while we're doing the show on Fridays.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, his brother used to coach one of the OHL teams that went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
But he was fired last year for some reason.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, well, Edmonton beat the LA Kings. There you go.
There you go.
There we go. Sports.
Hockey has begun.
Sports. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. It started a while ago. It's almost getting ready. Well, a couple months to be playoffs, right? Well, in the local leagues, like the local towns and all that, they'll be starting their playoffs anytime soon. So, all right, there we go. Sports news, news. Are you ready?
For
entertainment and events.
Oh.
Here we go. Okay. There we go.
So
entertainment. I didn't grab any events.
That's okay. I was watching, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I was watching a show called On Call, and it's a new cop series on Prime. It's different but the same, but a really, really down and dirty right from the beginning. And this is it's a 1 minute trailer, and if you like that kind of show, check it out on Prime.
All right. Tonight's an opportunity to act fast. No bullshit policy or red tape. We put these motherfuckers in check the way we used to. We're going zero tolerance on East Barrio. We want every banger possible locked up. If there's an outstanding warrant, parole violation, hook them up. I want to see lockup full tonight. Some of you already have specific assignments. Everyone else, get with the team to assist. If you do not want to assist, that's fine. Just stay out of the way. Lieutenant?
Let me be crystal clear. This isn't a retribution tour for Officer Delgado. This is about preventing more bloodshed. Use good judgment.
All right, everybody. Let's go put in some work.
So this is it's Long Beach, California is where they take place, which unfortunately is where the fires are going on.
Fires are, yeah.
So,
we've
got a lot of we over the years we've got a lot of listeners, watchers, followers from California. A lot of people from the industry are in California, and I just I feel helpless because there's nothing. What am I going to do? What I don't like is what I'm hearing the orange guy saying, and also some of the stupid things that are coming out of people's mouths, like it was green rays that came out of the sky, and it's ridiculous. This is
really
it was nature. Nature can be a beast, unfortunately. And California is no longer what it used to be. Los Angeles is no longer what it used to be. Hollywood is no longer what it used to be. I've been in the Hollywood Mountains. An old friend has a house up there, and I'm sure it's not there anymore. I mean, what I don't like about the coverage is we're not allowed to share anything about it on Facebook. And because U.S. news is, And I
guess it's
but
yeah.
the articles and the things that I am seeing, Al, are a little bit disgusting because it's all about the celebrities. It's not about real John and Bob and Carol.
Yeah.
It's all about Steve Gutenberg lost his, backyard or his home, or all these huge celebrities have lost their homes, and I feel really bad, but they're not talking about the public people.
You and me.
Yeah.
Joe, yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
that's
a lot of and like I said, it is a lot of celebrity homes up that way. So.
and here's another one. They're not using ocean water
Mhm.
because the salt will destroy the ground and the vegetation. So they're not
wow.
using ocean water, but yet they'll go and they'll fill up from a pool and use chlorined water. They're taking from the lakes and the reservoirs and stuff like that, but there's not enough. California, it's all water's all piped in California.
I saw Newsom on TV saying there was enough water. He told President-elect and his buddy to come down to California and see for themselves. So,
he basically told him to shut the fuck up, I think.
Basically, in a kind way. But I'm as far as your video there, that's on Prime now.
It's on Prime. Yep. On
how many episodes?
8 episodes, I believe. I watched them all in one day. I just put it on and go about my day.
Right. Were they like 45 minutes or something? Were they like 45 minutes or hours?
Yeah, hour long. It's you remember Homicide: Life on the Street?
No.
Is
it a show? I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's like it's from the cop's perspective. As opposed to like Law and Order, you get both sides. Although I love Law and Order as well. It's something that's new, and it's done with the same action that you would get from Chicago PD. Which is another show that I enjoy. I like all the Chicago series except for Chicago MD. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Since my mom passed away and finding my mom when I went into her apartment, I'm unable to watch rescue shows anymore. And because the instant I see somebody in distress on the floor, I get a flashback. Unfortunately, that's something I'm going to deal with for the rest of my life, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now events. Just so you happen to know, I did find something. Now it didn't list anything that's happening tomorrow, but these are some bigger events that are happening across the country throughout the year in 2025. This is 2024. Oh, ow.
But I will say, I did see Can Expo. I saw Can Expo listed there, and that's in March coming up.
Correct.
And we are going to be broadcasting there the whole weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing something out and about with everybody and having fun because I enjoy doing stuff like that. So we'll be there. Yeah. And you'll be able to either watch us here or you can go down. Of course, we want you to go down. You can go down and say hi to Al, and Sherry Ann will be there, and I believe Cindy will be there as well.
Cindy will be there. I was talking to Cindy yesterday. She's going to start looking for a room as well as booking her flight up here.
Cindy and Al are getting a room.
We're going to get a... so we can be close to the event as possible.
Yes.
Yeah, and that way I'm not traveling back and forth.
Stay away from that building across the street, though. I know it's in a different place. It's down.
I'm thinking of a a motel that is probably on Lakeshore Road. Am I thinking?
Oh, so you're going to go down to the Motel 8 on Lakeshore, are you?
is
I've
that
been
what
there.
you're thinking?
I've been there. I used to stay at the Seahorse.
Did you?
Oh yes, a few times. Yep. They had the party house there.
Oh, so like how long ago was that?
Late 70s it would have been. 70s,
Wow.
early 80s.
Really?
Late 70s, early 80s. They had a house there which was the original owner's home, which they converted in, and you could rent it for a night or a weekend, and we would have parties there.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore. I think it was next door to the Rainbow Motel 6 or whatever.
Now I think it was the Seahorse, because
that was one of the most famous. That was one of the more famous ones where you could go and meet a really nice girl that you might get married to.
Well, maybe it's not, but Gail and I, when we got married, we got a gift certificate, and I believe it was the Seahorse.
Was it? Well, that place, it was actually a very, very nice place back then.
Yeah, and we got to we went to a Blue Jay game down at the exhibition stadium.
Yep. And
so her aunt got us this motel room.
Going into the late 80s, early 90s, it was all the girls took over down there.
Oh no, this was
at one time it was a prime hotel. It was where you wanted to go because the beach was right there, and this
would be 85.
Well, most of those hotels that were down there had their own little private beaches as well, because they were right on the lake.
No, I can't remember.
Yep.
But and
they went from fine Lakeshore Hotel to Hooker Haven in a space of about 20 years.
Yeah.
And now it's all condominiums. I believe the girls are still down there somewhere, but I don't know. Yeah, they're hiding. They're now living in the condos.
Who knows? All right. Well, next week I'll find some events that's coming up.
I had just a funny offbeat story. I lived in an apartment on Vaughan Road in Toronto, Vaughan and St. Clair, which is an awesome area. It was right down the road from Dutch Dreams, the ice cream shop. That was in the movie The Freshman, with Marlon Brando and Matthew Broderick. And it was an older building. But anyways, I had a bachelor apartment when I first moved in there, and the guy beside me, I won't say his name, but the guy beside me ran girls. And he used the apartment at night, and he just went home to his condo. Yeah. And so to keep me happy, he was always coming over with weed, because he didn't want me to be pissed off, because you could hear the girls coming in and out with their johns at night and that, right?
Yeah.
So he was, once a week or so, he'd knock on my door and he'd have, a baggie here and a baggie there for me, keep me shut up. Toronto living.
Now I've been able to do it. I checked the date this time.
Oh, did you find some more lists?
I found some, and there was an event over the weekend. I don't know anything about it. I just saw that Nikki Lawley had posted about being in Canada at an event. But this
she
website
comes up
here,
to a lot of events.
She does. The promo that we run on Saturday for the Pace Radio Show is an interview that we did with her. And she said during her interview that she credits Canadian cannabis for saving her life.
Yeah, I've known her for years and years and years and years.
Yeah. All right. So we got here. You can see it there. Okay, January. Too late for this one. It happened last week. This was Alternative Products Expo. It was held in Peru. This list is more than just, this is world, global. The Sunny Cannabis Conference. That's where Nikki was at this past weekend. And
that was in New York.
There's Niagara Falls, Culinary Institute in New York. I thought it was here in Canada, but all right.
Well, you know what? People get that mistake because there's Niagara Falls, New York, and there's Niagara
Yeah.
Falls, Canada.
Yeah, yeah, and who knows? Maybe I just did that earlier. In at the end of January, the 29th to the 31st, I get that word out. In Las Vegas, they're having the Total Products Expo.
There's a lot of those shows in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Probably weekly.
End of January, the 8th Hawaii Cannabis Expo.
Cool.
Connecticut Cannabis Expos in February. Like this just keeps going on. Champs trade shows. Champs trade shows. It's in Las Vegas. It actually was at the Metro Toronto Convention Center for 1 year.
They tried Champs up here, but it didn't work out so well.
Correct. Yeah.
Much like Lyft. I mean, Lyft is still in the closet as far as I know. I don't know where they are now.
Yeah. The Champs was here for the 1 year. I bought their T-shirt because it was a hemp T-shirt.
Yep.
But it didn't even have a leaf on it.
Really?
It didn't. No, it didn't have a cannabis leaf on it. Maybe it had something to do with coming across the border or something. I don't know. But they had no leaf on it. So, Lucky Leaf Expo in Minneapolis. That happens at the end of February.
That 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. Natural Products Expo in March. I'm just going to do the end of March. Alternative Products Expo. That's in March. That's in Colombia. Who's going to Colombia?
Coming up in the Toronto area, we're going to have a lot of access to different things that are going on, not just cannabis stuff. Sherry Ann Baker is going to be out and about, showing us what's going on in the city.
Spanibus. It happens in Spain.
I've always wanted to go to Spanibus.
Yeah. There's an International Cannabis Business Conference. I get a lot of news from them.
Now, that is owned by High Times now, I believe.
The IB...
Cannabis, or Spanibus.
Oh, Spanibus. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't say in here, yeah.
I believe they were bought by the people who own High Times.
High Times.
Yeah.
Look at there, Canon Expo.
There
there, March 21st, 22nd. In Toronto, Queen Elizabeth Building at the exhibition place.
Yep, looking forward to that.
Yeah, yeah. Green Tech Americas. That's going on in Mexico. There you go. Here's a list of the end of March.
Now bookmark that so that you can. I have a list on my calendar as well. I should be taking a peek at during the show. So
yeah. It'd be nice to have some Toronto events in there because we're in.
There aren't any. I've been,
but we do because we're in cyberspace. We reach a global audience, so we got to have global events as well, right?
I wish that we could find a few people elsewhere to go to things like Spanibus or if you're going to Spanibus and you want to be our representative that's there, let us know.
Yeah. Go there and talk to people.
Yeah. I wish I could fly around and just do that stuff, but the thought of going through customs just terrifies me.
Well, yeah. We had a news story on Monday that Cindy and I covered. Pearson Airport. The number of arrests during the month of October was huge.
Of cannabis stuff?
Cannabis. People trying to smuggle cannabis in. Most of them was around 20 to 25 kilograms of cannabis.
And I've been watching the Canadian Border Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the stories are about people traveling around, getting caught at the border. Like if you go up to Thunder Bay or you go down to Toronto, if you go down the wrong road, bang, you're in the US. And
Niagara
if you have
Falls,
Canada,
yeah, especially
if you have Canada, and it the same way coming back into Canada, if you have cannabis with you, here's what happens. Yes, it's legal here. It may be legal in the state that we're bordering, but you'll be charged with smuggling. And it doesn't matter what amount it is.
Right.
Okay. What they do is they go to the HSI, which is Homeland Security in the States. And if they have an inkling to charge you, you're going to be charged. And if not, you're going to be lucky. But chances are you're not going to be able to come into the country.
No, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you'll be removed.
But it's
even if you're down there and you get pulled over and they find out in a search that you've been busted for like 5 grams of cannabis.
Yep.
And you have a record for it. Yep. Yeah, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also there's a lot of people that like I say, take the wrong road and end up at the border, and they've got guns or they've got weed or they've got other stuff. And you can't bring that shit into Canada just because it's legal here. And they don't know that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I didn't know. I thought because it was legal here, it's legal there.
Yeah, there's been I know a few reports of out west of people accidentally driving into the border.
But those are where their stories are coming from on that show. From BC.
Yeah.
Going from Vancouver, because you can go from Vancouver in the US to Vancouver in BC, because there's a border city there, right? Basically. I've never been, I've just heard about it.
Yeah, I've never been either.
Yeah. You've never been out west?
Oh, I've only been as far as Calgary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I drove to Calgary for 12 hours and came home.
Huh.
Yeah.
With your brother?
Just for a short drive.
I might do that this summer to visit my sister, actually.
All right. Well, there you go. Yeah, because she's out west. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can still do your shows.
Dude, I've done shows on the fucking 401, and you know it. So.
Yeah, I know. We got my laptop on here in the passenger seat. Those are the old days.
I had to pull over for commercials.
All right. Have you got anything else you want to touch on, or shall we say goodbye? Okay. You're saying goodbye. I want to run something before we say goodbye, so I got to run this. We'll just sort of work it all together here. Got to find the word closing. There we are. Okay. So, yeah, I'll let you get the cough out of you. All right, we're done.
Go ahead.
All right, we're done. We'll be back next week. We'll have, who knows, all kinds of news stories, or we'll have some munchie-inducing recipes.
News, reviews, and views.
Yes. And remember, other than that, we'll see you all next week. And remember this little thing.
You're watching the 420 Pace Reroll Saturday.
You're watching the 420 Pace Network, found at 420radio.ca and paceradio.net. Are you looking for non-stop, continuous cannabis and psychedelic programming? If you are, then turn your browsers to 420radio.ca or paceradio.net, where you will find the 420 Pace Rerolled Saturday. Everything gets started at 8 a.m. Eastern Saturday morning.